morning. Hello, everyone. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. Good morning to all my friends who are already logged in. Let's say hi to Leslie, Louise, Gloria, and who else do we have? Laura, Mama Bear, and Louise. There's two Louises on, or I think there's only one. What? Yes. Good morning, Barbara, and welcome to our show. We I have been feeling really good lately. I have got my schedule down pretty packed. Um, in terms of when I get my chemo, it's usually on Tuesdays, and I get my chemo on Tuesdays, and then I don't feel so good on Wednesday, but after that I'm fine. So I've been trying to figure out a way to squeeze in some classes in between then. So this one here, this Monday time slot works best for me right now. So I hope that that's okay with you guys, and it will go after the live. It will still stay on my YouTube channel so that you can go ahead and rewatch it if you happen to miss it because you have things that you're doing on Mondays or whatever. So I just thought I would thank you for your time, and also thank you for the opportunity to present some really fun projects from Cricut to you. So if you're new, say hello to the people that are in the chat. The chat is live as well as me being live here. So when you go and rewatch it, you can see what the chat is. So if I go off on a tangent about something on the chat, then you'll know that's the reason why. Um, Oh, hey, Babs. Babs is here. She logged in. She's logged in as she's waiting for her doctor's appointment. That's great. All right. So today, I wanted to make a sympathy card. I know that it's not the best card to make in terms of, who wants to make sympathy cards, who wants to even write sympathy cards. But recently had a couple of people who lost dear ones, and I thought, I want to send them something special instead of just, a $2 card from the card shop. So I thought that I would use an Anna Griffin design and make it myself, and I know that they'll appreciate that when I send it to them. So this one here, these are for my friends, so I decided that I was going to use this banner. This is a banner card, and use this part here to put in something, a sentiment, and then on the inside putting with deepest sympathy. This is a really beautiful card to send. You can change it up with different colors. I've done it in blue. This is in greens, and you could do it in pinks or some other. Even you could do it in like beiges and browns. It would still look good. And the reason is that we've got our front piece on there, but the colors underneath, I chose all sort of the same the same tone. I don't want to say monotone because I think a lot of times people just think black and white, but this could be monotone because the colors are tonal. They work with each other. So this is what we came up with. Now, of course, I have to put my own special spin on anything that we do, and I have changed I've changed the front of the card to work with my my situation, what I like to use. And this card, by the way, comes from Cricut Design Space, so you can go ahead and come to the Cricut community and find it under my name, Cricut Community. I think I'm under Miss Rita to the rescue. And if you wonder how to get to the Cricut Community, you can go to the home page from up here, home page, and you can see here under Discover, you can choose projects for you, and then down here it will say community projects. All right, so here we go. There's our community projects. Now I've gone ahead and shared this project with the community so anybody could pick it up, including you. If you're looking for me very specifically, because there is close to or over 175,000 projects that are listed here, you can search for my name by putting in just Rita at the top, and it will show you things that are related to Rita. Now, some people have used some of my designs, and they've been inspired by my designs. So that's why you'll see people like Loretta, who has made this holly jolly enjoy candy cane banner, which is really adorable. She did a great job there. And she used it as she started off with my image and then moved on. There's a lot of really great images and stuff in here, and you can find quite a bit if you go and look on my profile. So let's go back to the canvas. So where does this come from? Easy peasy. Let's go first to images. I'm going to move this over a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to go to images, and we're going to go to image sets, which is my favorite way to search images. I like things in groups because then I can see that the groups of them, they have the same subject or the same theme, but that's why I use image sets. Now, I know that Anna Griffin, who is very popular, has a number of image sets. In fact, there's over 40 of them that you can go ahead and look at and use, and they are all part of Cricut Design Space, which means if you are a Design Space subscriber, which I am, you can get all of these images for free. You can use them for free. Now, if you are not a subscriber, you will have to pay separate for them. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to look for Anna's lovely layered cards. There's 2 of them. So I'm going to check and see which one we're looking at. I think it's the first one that we're going to be looking within. Anna's lovely layered cards right here. There's 84 images. So you'll see that there's also a lot of great writing things to do here, and we can put together our card based on some of those. So what we're going to look for is this, I call it Iron Gate, but I don't know. Yeah, they call it Iron Gate too. So it's like a lot of, this is like the cast iron, or what do they call it, wrought iron, that you find outside of older homes. And you know, just really pretty what they were able to accomplish with that. Now we're going to look for the banner part of the card. So this card appears without the banner and with the banner. We're going to choose the one with the banner, and we're going to choose, although it's hard to see on the screen, we're going to go down here and we're going to look for the part that says "for my dear friend." Okay, so we're going to choose that, for my dear friend, and then we'll choose thinking of you for the inside of the card. So we have 3 things that we've gone ahead and selected. So we're going to add them to the canvas, which is down here on the bottom. Now, by the way, I noticed that sometimes when you go into these image sets, they look like they're they're not placed correctly, and I don't know what that's about, but that's okay. You can still find all of the images there. Okay, so we're going to hit add to canvas. And you see it comes in with an envelope. And I don't generally use the envelopes, so we're going to get rid of that. But here are our banners for my dear friend. So what we're going to do is go ahead and unlock this group and get rid of this envelope. All right. Whoop. I don't know what that's all about. So let's have a look at our card. So our card has it has a base card, and it has two different layers, and then the top layer. Now, one of the things that I don't like about this is I don't like, I'm going to just go ahead and do align center here, and we're going to change the size of the card to, because it's so small, we're going to change the size of the card to an A7 card, which is 10 inches wide by 7 inches high. Now go ahead and do that for all of the layers, because we want the layers to all be able to match up. So we'll have right here, see how it made them the exact same size that we needed them at. So this is the front piece. Now, one of the things that I have trouble with these cards is wrapping the front piece. We're going to move this over here. Wrapping the front piece around the entire card, because the card is kind of thick. So the way that I generally handle that is I lop off that left-hand side that I don't need, and I'm going to also take out the scoring from there. So let's go ahead and click on this part of the image, this just the front part. We're just going to get rid of the scoring, and then we're going to lop off this back half and make this a card front. Okay, so we're going to detach, because we do not need this score line, so we can just go ahead and move it over if we want. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to shapes and choose a square. I'm going to make this square 5 inches wide by 7 inches high. The reason why is I'm going to cover up this bottom or back half of the card, and I'm just going to just sort of basically turn it into a front cover. So let's go ahead and take these two pieces, and we're going to go to align left, and we'll do also align bottom, just so that it gets covered with that square shape. Okay, so let's go ahead, and then we're going to select both of these images together the way they are, and we're going to go down to the bottom right hand side where you can't see on my screen. Well, maybe I can change it. Here we go. We're going to go down here, and we're going to choose slice. All right, so slice, and we'll just go ahead and hit slice. And when that's done, we should be able to sort of peel away the layers, which we can do right there. So we don't need these anymore, so we can get rid of them. So now we have the front of a card, and we're going to talk about the banner there, and then we're going to also talk about the inside of the card. What I like about these cards is that they're really elegant. I do like to put an extra piece inside of the card for where the inscription goes. And so just in my example, I have these two pieces, and then this is white. All right, so we're going to create an inside piece here. So let's go back to shapes, and we're just going to go to shapes, and we're going to choose that same shape, which is the square. and we are going to make that inside of the card. So let's go over here. We're going to unlock it, and we are going to change the width to 10 and the height to 7. That's the size of the card unfolded, okay? I'm going to turn it white because it's, I think, a little easier to understand my logic here. And I'm going to also take this score line, which, let's go ahead and make the score line. This is left over from the front, and we're going to arrange it and bring it to the front. Okay, so by doing that, you can see both of them. And I'm going to just guess we're halfway through. But then what I'm going to do is select them both, and I'm going to choose Align Center. Okay, Align Center. And now there is our center point. So we can go ahead and attach this score line to the card itself. All right. And so let's go ahead and select these two and choose attach. But on the inside of the card, we also want to do the sentiment, which is thinking of you, or you can use the deep sympathy one for it. So just arrange this and send it to the front. And there it is. I think it's a good size, especially because it's sort of rolling script. So let's go ahead and I just did something. I don't know what I did, but I'm just going to go ahead and select these two. And I am going to go down here again to combine, and then attach is right next to it. So we're going to choose attach. Okay, so now we have the inside card, and this one is going to be also the inside card, and they're both the same size. But now we have to do the banner. So here's the banner. We have this For My Dear Friend. Arrange this, bring it to the front. Okay, so it's not quite the right size. It's actually pretty small here. So let me just go ahead and take that and put it on top of our, let's see, put it on top here so we can kind of get a feel for the size. So I want to go ahead and unlock the banner thing that says For My Dear Friend, and that way I can pull it and have it fit right in between these two pieces of the cut. So you can have it like that. You can make it smaller. You can make it a little bit bigger. But this to me is the perfect one, For My Dear Friend. Now I'm going to select this whole thing, and I am going to attach it to the front. Okay. These other pieces, all we have to worry about is cutting them out. So we don't really have to really make a big deal out of it. So, but we're ready to go ahead and cut out our image. So I'm going to take you down to my workspace here, and you can go ahead and work through that here with me. So here's my card again, just so you can see this is what we're starting with. And it says For My Dear Friend. And then on the inside it says With Deepest Sympathy. For this one that we just made, I used Thinking of You. But you can use whatever one works. So if you don't want to do a sympathy card, you could also do a birthday card or whatever. It's really just a beautiful card that you can make on the fly with a few pieces of different colored cardstock. So here is our actual card. Here are our card pieces, and here's the inside piece, and then this is going to go on the outside. And the reason why I chose to do it that way is I wanted to have that color behind it. So let's go ahead and fold these two pieces. There's the score line that I used the scoring stylus for. I'm going to fold it right there on the score line. And then this one here, I'm going to do the same thing. fold it on the score line. All right. So as I mentioned, this is an Anna Griffin card. It's not like some of the cards that she's doing nowadays, which have a lot of ephemera on it, but still, I think a very elegant looking card. So there's our two pieces, and what we're going to do is nestle this one right inside here, and we're going to take and put some double stick tape on the inside of this. So here we go, put this double stick tape. Now you can get double stick tape just about anywhere, including the Dollar Tree store. You can get them online. I usually buy it online with Amazon, and because they give you a lot of it. And it's just basically double stick tape, what it sounds like. Two sides that have a stick to it, and that's how we're going to connect both of our card bases. All right. When you're using double stick tape, it's kind of important that you press down on where it starts or where you want it to start, so you can grab the covering. So there's the covering, and I'm just going to grab that and pull that off. And I have to do that to the other pieces as well. All right. This one's giving me trouble. What? All right, there we go. And this one we have to do. So we get 3 down. Oop. This one didn't work. Really press it down. There we go. So once we have those, we can take our card base and we're going to line it up really well. And we're just going to press down on the base. That. Now, you might ask, why didn't I do it on both sides? Well, when you do it on both sides, opening the card and closing the card becomes a little bit difficult because you're not giving it a little bit of room to do that fold. So in addition, this is kind of how they do it in the industry. So they have this extra piece. The extra piece is going to give it a little bit more weight to the card as well. All right. And then we've got our 3 pieces right here. Now you'll notice I used a very similar looking green as this one because I kind of wanted a little more green on it. So these are our 3 pieces. Now when you're dealing with layers, what you have to look for is if you forget which layer goes where, you can look at how much of it is cut out. So the things that have the most cut out portion is the top, and then the second most cut out portion is the next, and then third is the last. So that you're going to put it together like this, so that way you can see all 3 colors. Okay, if you change it up and you accidentally do this, you're not going to see the green layer that is listed that we've already cut out. So do have to be careful about using that. All right, so we're going to get our glue, and we are going to make sure that we keep the layers straight. We're going to start with the top layer, and we're going to glue here. Now this is a good place if you have this I'm using, it's just like a regular tip for the glue, but you can also use, for the smaller bits, you can also use a fine tip, which I have over here, to get into all these spaces. Now in my opinion, it's best to dot the glue along these edges here, because we don't want the glue to come seeping out, because we're basically making a sandwich, and we don't want the glue, which would be, you know, the meat portion of the sandwich or the inside portion of the sandwich. We don't want it to sort of come squishing out and ruining the bread, right? So that's what we're doing here. We're just going to dot the glue. We don't want to try to avoid putting too much on. Whoops. Here we go. Sancho just came to take the dogs for a little walk, which is terrific. Speaking of walking, I am walking again. I'm walking without a cane or any other kind of assistive device, which is terrific. And I've been practicing my gait, my walk, basically. Been practicing that. So I'm trying to get back to normal. Okay. Now we're going to take this piece here and we're going to lay the top piece right on top of that second piece. And you see how we get the green that pokes through? That's what we want. Now we're going to do the next layer. So today is a gorgeous day here in northern New England. Are we northern New England or New England? It's going to be close to 70 degrees. One of the things that I can say about New England weather is that it's very changeable, very variable. Last week I was in New Hampshire with my sister, and she's way up. She's definitely northern New England. She's in the Great North Woods, and it snowed. It snowed overnight twice, two different nights. It snowed. So she had snow on the ground, and we are now, I'm starting to see my peonies come up, and my grass is starting to come back, although I don't have the best grass in the world, but I'm still able to sit on the back porch and, you know, and just with a drink and just sit and enjoy. And the dogs love it because they can go and wander around on the yard while I just sit and sort of soak in the sun. When was the last time you did that? Soak in the sun. It's supposed to be really good for you. Vitamin D, I think. It helps build vitamin D in your system. I might be wrong. Some kind of vitamin. I thought it was vitamin C, but I think my sister told me vitamin D, but I don't know. I don't know. All right. Now, I'm not saying work fast, but you do need to work fast enough that the glue you lay down at the beginning is not drying either. So here is the third layer. I'm going to lay it right down there. Oop. Excuse me. And now we have our beautiful card front. Isn't that great? And now all we need to do, the last step of this, is we just need to adhere this to the back or the card backs that we already created. So gluing again. because you can't use double stick tape on this kind of a design. You're going to have to use glue. All right. We're getting there, folks. Almost done. I'm a little stuffed up. There's a lot of pollen around here. Gotta take some allergy medication or something. We do get wicked pollen. All right. And affix it to the card bases. Press down. Make sure your glue is going to stick. And there is our card, our completed card. Wow. Do you think you could do this? The cutting out, I will tell you, is probably the longest part of the card making, because you do have to cut out, and there's a lot of cutouts. I do use the cardstock for intricate cuts setting when I'm using my Cricut machine, because I want it to come out nice and sharp. And yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. I think that everybody could make this card, as long as you had some kind of, you could try different colors, but I really like the monotone, the same color for each, not the same color, but the same shade. That's what I should say. The same shade. Okay. And that is my lesson for today. I do want to share with you a card that I received from Leslie Audi, who's on today, I think. And it's a beautiful card from Dreaming Tree. And it says, Dear Rita, Miss Rita, sending you healing prayers and hugs for speedy recovery and continue healing. Hope you have a wonderful birthday. Love, your crafting friend, Leslie Audi. Isn't that a beautiful card? It's so pretty, and I love that this is so layered looking. It really does look like a hat. And she's gone ahead, she's put, I'm just not going to take it apart, but she has put some little stick, what do we call those? Double stick dots on there to give it dimension. It's a really pretty card. Thank you very much, Leslie, for that lovely card. And let's see, this week, in terms of what I have going on. Oh, nice to see you too, Gloria. And let's see, what else do we have? I'm going to just check the notes of, or I should say the chat. Yeah, she made a beautiful card, a lot of dimension in that card for sure. All right, so I'm not seeing anything like questions or anything on the chat, so I think that we're going to call it the end of the class. I'm sorry, I have been out of the habit of having the classes, so I end up kind of stumbling on my words a little bit. It was a little different when I was doing it 5 days a week. I could get into a groove with it. And so there you go. Now, what else have I been working on? I have been working on a card a couple of cards. Here's one that I have been working on. I love you more than ice cream. This is one of those pre-insert cards, but it has pen or ink, if you want to call it ink or pen, and you go ahead and you put this on the inside. I could have jazz this up by adding an inside card, but I just wanted to make this card because I just think it's really cute. And then I'm hoping that I can get on to show you this card, which I've shown you before, but I did it with a group of other cards. It's a rocket ship, very old-fashioned looking rocket ship. And then it opens up and you've got your astronaut in there. And what I really like about this card is that the astronaut has this little on the back, has like this tubing or whatever you want to call it, so that he can breathe outside of the rocket, and you can take him out like this, and it says you're out of this world. This one actually comes with an envelope, and if you're interested in doing this one, I can show you how to do it. But look at this cute envelope. It completely matches for the design, keeps this part from folding over, and there you go. I don't know how this is going to go through the mail. It looks to me like a business card size or slimline card size, which would be only one post stamp, but I might check it out with the post office and see if that's the case, because sometimes they might say it weighs too much or it's just slightly bigger than what they need, what they require for their slimline or their business card size. So that's what I've been working on. I hope to see you again. I was thinking sometime this week to show you those others, but if I can't make it, I will definitely be on next Monday, and we'll be doing another great project. I hope that you enjoyed. You like the rocket card. It's so, yeah, I think I should. You don't remember the rocket card? All right, maybe we should do that again. Maybe I can come back later on in the week and show you how to do that, or if not, we'll do it on Monday. I am aware that it's Mother's Day coming up. I can't believe it's the end of April already. And so I did want to do a Mother's Day card, and I haven't picked out a card yet, but I wanted to do a Mother's Day card for my mom, and wanted to show you those, but I thought these were more important. All right, everyone, that's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Remember, even if you haven't had your Cricut out for a while and you come across a situation, whether it's a baby shower or a wedding invitation or anything like that, it's better homemade, and you can do it, and it's not going to have take you all day. I think a lot of people think, oh, when they going to craft, it's going to take all day. No. Once you have in mind what you want to do, it from start to finish, cutting out and everything, it's less than an hour to create 2 cards, which I think is a great yield for your time. And they're 2 very special cards that are uniquely yours. So definitely try that. Oh, graduating from college. All right. And Loretta's on. Hi, Loretta. How you doing? She wasn't here last time, and I wanted to say hi. She's asking people to find a favorite video. Now, that's one thing I will mention. On my YouTube channel, I have literally over 1,000 videos. So there's something for everyone. There's stuff that you can do with HTV and vinyl, wood and metal. We've even done, on the Joy, we did earrings made out of faux leather, and then there's a lot of paper projects as well. So we can go ahead and go there and look for your favorite. And yes, by sharing them, it does really help me. And I wanted to thank you all for doing that. Okay. So thanks so much for coming today. I hope that you enjoy your day. And I'm going to go outside and sit with my dogs when Santo gets back, sit with my dogs and enjoy the weather, maybe have a nice cup of coffee and to enjoy the your weather. Um, all right. And that's going to be it for me for today. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and take care of yourselves. Okay. Bye.